Alrighty, so we are live here today with our late night blowout. We have freshly colored and deep conditioned her hair, and now we're just going to detangle, blow dry, probably trim, and style. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, and please look me up at www.curlygirlcoach.com. I might be quiet for a little while, but if you have any questions, be sure to ask in the comments. But we're going to go ahead and get to it. So, first, since she's literally freshly from the shampoo bowl, we're going to go ahead and change out this wet towel so that it's nice and comfortable while we're detangling. And we're going to use Mazzani 25 Miracle Milk Leave-In Conditioner and just spray that all over the hair. It's going to serve as our leave-in conditioner as well as give us some protection when we blow dry. Now, this particular client usually does not wear her hair straight. So she said she had braids at the beginning, maybe in August, and she has not detangled from there. So please don't judge. My parts will not be straight. I am just going to separate the hair where it naturally wants to separate, because she can be a little tender-headed at times. So we're just gonna make sure to make the detangle process as comfortable as it can be. So with that being said, if you are dealing with any tender-headed people, or if you yourself are tender-headed, one of the biggest things to remember is parts don't have to be straight. I like to separate the hair 2 sections in the back, 2 to 4 sections, with 2 sections in the front, and then 2 to 4 sections in the back. So with these 2 to 4 sections in the back, literally wherever the hair wants to naturally separate it there, because it's going to be so much more comfortable for you, your kid, or whomever's hair you are detangling at the time. And it's just going to work so much better, especially because the detangle process is just a means to an end, right? So just using this as the step before you blow dry. Nobody's going to see these parts for while you're detangling. Of course, in this case, you guys are going to see it, but that's okay. The straight parts are not a necessity here. And I like to Bantu knot the ends. Does that feel okay? Okay. I like to Bantu knot and then sometimes we have to use a clip if the hair is not staying, which is okay. Now remember, you're always going to detangle from ends to root. You see how I'm holding the hair on the ends? That's because, especially when you are dealing with people that may be a little bit tender-headed, or have more sensitive scalps, holding that hair, I'm really holding this hair in a fist, so that puts less tension on the scalp area. And then I'm just going to work my way up. Now, she did tell me she's not detangled her hair in a while, so we might run into some tangles, which is okay, but you want to make sure that when you're going through to detangle, that you are thoroughly detangling as much as you can, because it's going to just make the blow dry process that much easier. And you see how at the end I was able to easily get my comb through. And to bantu knot, I'm just going to twist the hair all the way down, all the way down, and then go around to detangle. Yeah. So she has not, again, she has not detangled her hair in a while. So you are seeing hairs that are already shed, okay? Because I did not detangle prior to color. So again, we're gonna hold those ends. And work our way up. She had braids prior to this. And we're just gonna make sure that the comb can go all the way through the hair easily. So there's something I wanna let you know about hair that sheds, okay? So hair on average, this is on average, some people have less, some people have more. Hair sheds about 100 strands a day on average. So that means some people have more shedding, some people have less shedding. So when you have some of those protective styles, like braids, sew-ins, whatever style you have, and you're not combing your hair, those shed hairs are still going to be in your hair, right? Until you comb it out. So sometimes you might feel like there may be some excessive shedding, but that does not mean your hair is breaking. That means maybe you are simply losing hair or combing out that hair that's already shed. So thank you so much for those who are tuning in. Be sure to follow, like, subscribe, all the things. I'm Jamie with Curly Girl Coach, and you can find me at curlygirlcoach.com. Please don't forget to like the video, and if you have any questions, ask me in the comments. I'll be happy to answer for you. So the color that she was going for is kind of a golden brown kind of color. She wanted to see that warmth in her brown. And I think we did a pretty good job of achieving that. And it's been, how long has it been since you won your district? So she hasn't blown her hair out in a year. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that looks like. Has it been that long since she got trim? And it's been a year since she had a trim too. So we are probably going to definitely see some ends that need to come off today, which is to be expected. It's hot in here. Do you do butterfly? No, I actually don't do butterfly locks, but I do have a lady. I do have a lady in the salon with me that does do all types of knotless braids, butterfly locks, all of those good things. So no, I primarily do natural hair styles. Like I do blowouts, 2-strand twists, color, sew-ins, but primarily my clientele is natural, but I am not a braider. I'm not gonna do more than about 2 braids on you. maybe 3 on a good day. Unless it's for crochet or sew in or something like that. Thanks for your question. And again, we're just detangling through and trying to make it as comfortable as possible. And really, a thorough detangling is going to make it so much easier when we go through and blow dry, because we want the brush to be able to glide through as easily as possible. And then we bantu knot, go around in a circle underneath, and keep wrapping that hair to secure it in place. If it does not want to stay secured, no worries. Put a clip on it. I don't live in Tyler. No, I'm actually in North Carolina. Yeah, I am in Greensboro, North Carolina. I don't know what that means. She does not XD. I don't know what that means. Sorry. So this is our last section that we are detangling. And we'll go ahead and do our bantu knot. And we'll get to blow drying. But yes, I'm located in Greensboro, North Carolina. My salon is downtown. If you are in the area, look me up, or you can find me at curlygirlcoach.com. Sorry. Oh, it's gonna take like a few days to get to North Carolina. Well, it depends how you travel. Is that okay? Driving from Texas, yeah, it would take a while. I actually have some clients, some former clients who have moved to Austin, and they definitely come back when they're in town. So that's nice. And we can easily take the bantu knots out by twisting it like a doorknob. So we're just gonna twist it, and boom, it comes out. And then, since I already detangled, I like to use my Denman brush. It's my brush of choice. And I just go through, make sure the Denman brush can glide straight through. I stretch the hair all the way down, use my blow dryer with my heat director, and blow dry. after I stretch it and blow it dry, then I follow up with my paddle brush to get it nice and straight. Let's see. Sometimes wet my hair first and then blow dry it to come out. Sometimes when my mother does it, hurts my head. So when you have curly hair, you want to be sure to detangle while you have some moisture to it, right? Like, and then sometimes when you are, so I've already detangled her full head and put it in sections, and especially curly head, people with curly hair, you want to make sure to detangle it thoroughly. And when you are detangling it now, of course, I'm able to go from the roots to the ends because I've already previously detangled. But what you really, thank you so much. But what you really want to do when you're initially detangling, make sure that you have a water bottle or something to wet the hair first. You don't want to just go straight in and detangle it. Make sure you're using a leave-in conditioner or something, so you're not going in dry. And then that should help when you are blow drying. And then of course, detangle first. Don't try to detangle and blow dry at the same time. Detangle and then blow dry. So let's do the second section. We're gonna stretch it, blow it dry, and then we'll follow up with the dimming. They say your hair is so beautiful. Mothers, where are the children? She is a child that's in my chair. But my children are at home with my husband and their father. So thank you for asking, I suppose. And she said, thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, tell your mom what I said. I hope it helps when you get your hair blow dried. Oh man, yeah. If you're ever in the North Carolina area, please look me up. I'm here. And I always say like and subscribe, but I always forget to say share. If you think this video could help somebody out, or somebody please share it. Someone with natural hair or curly hair that needs help blow drying, detangling, yeah, please share the video. And also, sections that are a little thicker, don't be afraid to just break it up if it's too much hair at once. Yeah, like so, like that. mom calling? Your mom calling? So she wanted to know what her hair was looking like. Yeah. So much blue line. Blue line. Blue line. Have you heard it before? We're talking about definitely give them Beyonce 2004 face. Where am I from? Yes, I'm in America. I'm in Greensboro, North Carolina. One more question. What if your hair is already soft and then you comb it out? Is that healthy for your hair? Yeah, if your hair is soft, you still have to detangle it. Um, so yeah, it's still healthy for your hair, even if it is. So even with my clients that have soft hair, I literally do the exact same steps. Um, Her hair is just extremely dense, meaning she has in every square inch of her head, there are a lot of hairs packed in. So she has a lot of hair. But even for my ladies with soft hair, I probably wouldn't have as many sections while I'm detangling, but the method would still be the same. all of your questions in the comments. So one of the comments that I saw was, is there any natural remedies for itchy scalp? Yes, there are. Thank you so much for asking. So essential oils like tea tree, rosemary, eucalyptus are all great for antifungal, anti-itch, anti-inflammatory properties. I have a natural, a natural oils guide that I will be dropping tomorrow, but I'll go ahead and put it in my community tab tonight, and I will put it in, and I'll tag it to this video too. So if you come back to it, you'll see it later on tonight. And basically, my oils guide, it has different oils, what hair types it's best for, and how it can benefit you for hot oil treatments, itchy scalp, and different things like that. So stay tuned for that information. So now that we have finished blow drying her, I changed her cape because a lot of times the cape that you have can be wet and you don't want that wet hair. Oh, you're so welcome. You don't want that wet hair to the wet cape to get the hair back wet. So now I'm going to use Silky Essentials Thermal Strengthening Serum. It's by Design Essentials. You can go to the website and find it at curlygirlcoach.com. And I'm literally only putting a couple of drops in my hand. Emulsify and start with the bottom. And I always start with the bottom of the hair just in case you have put too much. You don't want the top of the head to be too oily or greasy way down. So if anything is gonna have too much product, you want it that underneath hair because you're not gonna see it. So, oh, thank you. Okay, so the key to a good blowout is going to be a good flat iron is going to be a good blowout. So we're just going to go through and add the wax around her edges, and that's just to give her some nice sleek edges. And I always like to use wax sticks, and wax sticks is really, they're big right now, but it's really just curling wax, right? But it's easier to use, it's in a stick form. The biggest thing about curling wax is you need to use heat with it. Head down for me. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all, again, this client is a little tender-headed. So I can't say what you're gonna see while I flat iron her hair, okay? So just a fun fact, I started doing her hair when she was 4 years old. So that was 13 years ago, and she is still sticking with me. So, but yeah, if you want to use products like gels on your edges, that's best to use when your hair is wet. If you like products like edge controls, you're gonna use edge controls on dry hair because it's wax based. So wet products on wet hair, like your gels, put it on your edges, tie it down. Dry products on dry hair, wax sticks, edge control, stuff like that. So in order to get the best results, you're going to want to, look up at my comb, flat iron first and then trim, because the hair will be stretched to an even capacity. My comb fell on the floor, so hold on, y'all. I'm going to get another comb. So if you're ever going to get your hair done somewhere and the stylist drops the comb on the floor and picks it up and puts it back in your head, you probably want to leave, just to tell you. I was cleaning my comb, so I had to get one. It was still wet. And I don't want to put a wet comb in her hair. You doing the middle part? Okay. I figured. So we're going to do a middle part, which works because I like to trim from a middle part to make sure it's even on both sides. And I section the hair just like I section it, well, close to like I section it when I'm detangling. 2 sections in the front, and then I part off the back section in half, clip that up, and then I start working my way through the back. Because it just makes it easier for me to control all the hair. And you can really see what you're working with. So that works for me. And I like to use my duckbill clips to clip the hair away. My daughter's hair. And she wants to do natural styles, but I honestly don't know how to create natural styles that conform to her idea. Okay, that's a good question. So on my page, I do have a lot of natural style ideas, and it's really going to depend on your daughter's hair texture, right? Like whether or not she wants to do 2-strand twist or she wants to do flat twist. This product is S3 spray. It silkens, softens, shine, adds a little UV protection, and it gives the hair a little extra boost while you're flat ironing. So that's what I'm using. But it just depends, and you can also find that at curlygirlcoach.com. So yeah, it just really depends on what type of styles she's looking for. You can look on my page, and I have a lot of tutorials on different hairstyles that are natural, whether she's looking for natural updos, if she just wants to wear it natural and curly. Some people like wash and goes. I did a quick short today on how to achieve a puff. Oh, thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night. So whether you want to have a puff, or it just really depends on what natural hairstyle your daughter is looking for. So a great place to start, go ahead and follow me on or subscribe here on YouTube, curlygirlcoach.com. I do have a lot of tutorials. If you're looking for something a little bit more specific for your daughter, right? Like if you want a consultation, I do virtual consultations. And also at curlygirlcoach.com, you can click on the Book Now button. And from the Book Now button, you can schedule a consultation. And I offer those consultations virtually as well. So if you want me to do that virtual hair and scalp analysis, look and see what your daughter's hair type is, how you can achieve some of the looks that you are going for, you can do that as well. So I hope that answered your question. So while I'm flat ironing, I just go through and chase with the comb. Well, chase with the flat iron. And I always like to use a rat tail comb because it makes it easier for me to part through each section. And this is a carbon comb. If you don't have one, get one. Carbon combs are heat resistant. yeah, it's heat resistant and it is not gonna burn up. I don't know if you've ever used a comb and a plastic comb and it was so hot that the teeth started to melt, or you left your flat iron a little bit too close to your comb and it melted your comb. It has definitely happened to me before, but it will not happen with a carbon comb. And putting the comb in the hair while you are flat ironing, it just helps to get out any tangles that still might be in the hair, and it gives you a straighter pass through with the flat iron. I like to only pass through once initially because you know you're going to reduce the likelihood of getting heat damage or having uneven curl pattern. And then, especially because after we trim, we're gonna go back through and put a little bend to it or a little curl to it, which is why when I was talking about actually blow drying the hair as straight as possible, this makes this process of flat ironing that much easier to silk the hair out straight without continue to go over it over and over again. But of course you want to use your protection, your heat protectant, to keep the hair as healthy as possible. And I don't put a whole lot of products on the hair while I'm flat ironing it, just because you want to keep it as movable, like with enough body already. Some people like that 90s wave down hair. I'm not into it. You know, if you are, that's cool. Everybody has their style, which is why I like to use lightweight products and serums to give the shine that I'm looking for. And you see, we're just going through each section of the hair and chasing it with a flat iron. I'm taking about 1/4 inch partings. For hair that is less dense than hers, I would probably use smaller sections, but you want to kind of make sure the hair is, you can get an even heat distribution throughout each piece of hair. And if it's too thick, then you won't be able to get that. And if it's too thin, sometimes you can cause unnecessary damage. So again, thank you so much everybody for tuning in. Hit that like button for me. Share the video to someone you think this might be beneficial to. Subscribe. I have a lot of tutorials on natural hairstyles, how to care for your hair. For those who missed it, we just did color on her hair. She wanted to go for this warm brown color. And now we're just styling. And she hasn't flat ironed her hair in over a year. So it's always nice for the switch up. She usually wears braids and natural styles. but an occasional blowout is always nice, especially with fresh color, so you can see what's going on and to get the best trim. If you have any questions while I'm working, be sure to ask me in the comments. I will be sure to answer. How long does that last? She has a school, as in me, do I have a school? curlygirlcoach.com, Curly Girl Coach University will be dropping classes very soon, on digital classes. I do hold in-person classes here at the salon and education center, but we do have some digital classes that will be launching this year, so we're really excited about that. So if you want some extra care or extra knowledge on how to care for your natural hair or curly hair, products to use, tips, tricks, all of the things, that'll be a good place for you to go. If you subscribe to my channel, you'll definitely be abreast on all of the things we have rolling out this year. How long, where, digitally. So you can go to curlygirlcoach.com and subscribe there, or you can just subscribe here on YouTube, and information will be forthcoming. And I am located in Greensboro, North Carolina. So we have not had a class for the fall. Our last class was over the summer, and that was digital. That was in person as well as digital. So we had a really great turnout, and the ladies who attended really were able to get some customized solutions for their own hair, and learn some techniques on styling themselves, their children. That was just super beneficial to them. So looking forward to that next in-person class. But you know, I really want my online community to be able to have those same benefits. So when we roll that class out, I think you'll be able to receive some of those benefits as well. So how long does this last? A lot of things are going to determine on how long a blowout lasts. One, how often do you get your hair blown out? Like again, she said she does not blow her hair out, and her last blowout was a year ago, right? So usually when the hair is generally curly, it wants to go back to its curly state. So how you take care of your hair at night is going to be a major factor. You know, when you take a shower, making sure you keep your hair wrapped up in a scarf or bonnet, and okay, so you want to make sure you wear a scarf or a bonnet, and then a shower cap, right? But not only that, after you wear your shower cap, you want to make sure that when you comb your hair down, you're out of that steamy bathroom. Go to another place, because even the steam from the shower will allow your hair to revert again. Okay, yeah. So you blow it out and then you do your crochet braids. Hey, if that works for you, work it. When I do my crochet braids, I blow dry it and then I braid it down. But yeah, how long it lasts will be, you know, TBD. She runs track. So let's see how humid it is this week. Let's make sure she doesn't, you know, get rained on, and how much she sweats in her head. There are a lot of factors that determine how long a blowout lasts. Most of my clients, their blowouts last 2 to 3 weeks. But of course, there are factors that, you know, affect that. Your hair type, how often you blow your hair out, you know, how you take care of it, the weather. And yes, we are safe. Thank you so much. Here we got a lot of rain, and we had some trees down, but all in all, my area was fine. Some power outages, but we didn't lose power for over a day. So we are blessed and thankful for that. And our prayers definitely go out to everyone that was heavily affected by the storm. But, you know, we are safe here. Thank you so much for checking on us. I hope you were safe in your area too. So we're almost finished with this flat iron part, and then we are going to trim her ends because she does not blow her hair out often. So we're gonna make sure that we trim these ends while they're out. And I really enjoy trimming ends while the hair is in its straight state, because curly hair has different tension. Like, you might have one piece of curly hair that is extremely short, one that's a little bit longer, so it's harder to get an even cut versus or is a wet set better to hold up? Or are you saying it depends on the person, not the hair type? It depends on the person and not the hair type. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, so it really depends on the person. I have some of my ladies with 4C hair that they keep their blowout for 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and they're fine. But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in. We're gonna go ahead and trim her ends. And again, my same parting method, 2 sections in the front. Now, I was telling you earlier when I was blow drying and detangling that the parts don't really matter. Well, when you're trimming, the parts definitely matter a little bit more. You just want to make sure to get even parting so you can have a cut as even as possible. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, you're welcome. I'm trimming her ends, but this kind of comb to trim, but leave that to the professionals. Some people trim their own hair. I do trim my own hair, but it's because I do this for a living. And then I like to make sure the hair has even tension. And for her not to have had a trim in a year and having fresh color, her ends look amazing. Which leads me to this. Some people ask, how often should someone get their ends trimmed? And that really is 100% dependent upon how often the person or how the person styles their hair, right? So if you are a girly that, or a person that puts a lot of heat on your hair, blow drying, flat ironing often every 2 weeks, which is nothing wrong with that, right? But it just might require some additional maintenance. You might need more deep conditioning treatments. You might need to get it trimmed more often, because natural curly hair is packed with protein, right? And protein is naturally drying. So when you're adding additional heat sources or adding additional things that make the hair dry, it's going to cause some additional maintenance, which is okay. And even in this case, okay, so now that her hair is color treated, she's going to need to come in a little bit more often, or do those conditioning treatments at home a little bit more often, because color can sometimes make the hair a little bit drier, which is not a bad thing. It's just something to be cognizant of, and making sure that you are taking care of your hair. Like when I hear people saying, I got color and it took out my hair, it's always a question, well, did the color take out your hair, or did the lack of maintenance after you got color take out your hair? It's a difference. So just making sure that you have a good maintenance routine is going to be pertinent when you are coloring your hair. So, okay, so, oh, thank you, Julia. I appreciate it. So, I'm gonna read this comment out loud. I'm sure y'all all see it. Maybe this is why my hair is very dry. I wash, blow dry nearly straight, then cornrow or put in braids. Never do any conditioning, moisture treatments. Glad this popped up on my feed. Okay, yeah. So again, if you have naturally curly hair, you need to be sure that you are doing treatments, and especially after every single protective style. If you have your hair cornrowed in some sort of protective style for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, then 100% yes, you need to follow up with the conditioning treatment. So there are different types of treatments, and with your hair being dry, you want to focus on moisture. Now, natural hair is dry anyway. Remember that, because it's curly. It's packed with protein. Hello, Ashley from Texas. Hello from North Carolina. It's packed with protein anyway. So because it's packed with protein, it's going to make it drier. So you're going to want to do a moisture treatment or a steam treatment. Steam treatments are great to add additional moisture in your hair, because that wet heat is going to give you that moisture. Leave it on for 15 to 20 minutes and rinse it out with cool water. Now that cool water is going to help the hair to help the cuticle seal and lock in that moisture. When I am braiding my hair up for crochet braids or something like that, you want to use the LOC method, and that's going to help you to lock in that moisture. You're going to start with a leave-in conditioner, a spray leave-in conditioner. Then you're going to go through with a cream moisturizer. Then you're going to add an oil to seal all of that in. And now you're not going to do this before blowout, but start, yeah, this is for curly hair. Well, I use the LOC method for any natural style, because most curly hair is going to be a little bit drier. Do I have any tips on frizz? Yes, I do. Now, if you're wearing your hair in its straight state, sometimes, especially depending on where you live, frizz is inevitable. And actually, frizz sometimes is a sign that your hair is healthy. It's absorbing moisture in the air. So using anti-frizz products, maybe glossing. I do a glossing treatment service that helps with frizz. Or using heavier oils on your hair. That can also help with frizz. When you are wearing your hair more in its natural state, definitely double up on the moisturizers and the oils, and that will help. That will help with the frizz. Text your mom and tell her we almost done. So now we're just gonna go through, she doesn't really wear layers, but if you see that, I don't know if y'all can see, it needs to come off. Yeah, the hot water is okay. Maybe not scalding hot. When you're shampooing, you can use warm to hot water, but when you're rinsing it out, make sure you're rinsing cool, which leads me to this. This also helps with your moisture. What type of shampoo are you using? I usually do about 2 shampoos, okay? The first shampoo is going to be with a stimulating or clarifying shampoo, okay? Now, stimulating shampoo is good for any buildup on the scalp, if you're just coming out of braids, things like that. A clarifying shampoo is good for maybe you've been swimming all summer and you got chlorine buildup on the hair, or excess oil on the hair. So clarifying shampoos are going to be good to just strip the hair from anything that's coating the hair. But that stimulating shampoo is going to be good to detox the scalp. So that's usually my first shampoo, right? Then my second shampoo is always a moisturizing shampoo. Design Essentials, almond avocado, Design Essentials, honey cream, something like that. Taught you to do your hair like that. Well, I am a licensed cosmetologist and I have been licensed for 13 years. I have been doing hair for over 20 years and I have been natural 20 years myself. So I went natural and I started wearing my hair naturally curly when it wasn't the popular thing. There wasn't a lot of curly products. So some of it was trial and error for me. And then some of it is just researching curly hair to try to figure out what works best for different hair types. I started doing my own hair in the 3rd grade, and I started taking clients. I was a kitchen beautician starting in college. Then I went ahead and went to beauty school, and then I've been licensed for 12, 13 years now. So some research, books, trial and error, and yeah. So now she has been trimmed. Just want to make sure you get all those dead ends off, all those split ends off. Are we gonna put a little curl to it? Yeah. In the front?
Yeah, like that.
Like that? Yeah. So do you want any curl at the bottom? So can I curl it under just a little bit? But not like under, but just a little bend. Okay, cool. So now that we're going to give her a little bend, I'm going to use my favorite flat iron of all time. And this is the Paul Mitchell Neuro 30-second heat up time. They don't sponsor me. I wish they did. But we're going to curl with this. It gives a lot of body, and it has those beveled edges. So I'm natural 4C textured, salt and pepper, very dry and brittle. For you, how do you wear your hair? Do you wear it mostly straight? Do you wear it mostly curly? So what I would say for you is you wear it in a fro. All right. How often do you shampoo your hair? Where are you located? My daughter thinks you are fictional. LOL. That's so funny. I'm not fictional. Every 2 weeks. So I'm located in Greensboro, North Carolina. Thank you for asking. Okay, so what I will say for you with your hair being dry and brittle, when you are wearing it in the fro, don't just leave your fro out. You're going to shampoo it. Like I said, use your stimulating shampoo first. Follow up with your moisturizing shampoo. Then after that, you are going to use the LOC method. The LOC method, L stands for leave-in conditioner, spray leave-in conditioner. O stands for oil, and C stands for cream moisturizer. But we're going to flip those. We're going to do the leave-in conditioner first. Then we're going to go through and do the cream moisturizer. And then last, you're going to put an oil on your hair. That is going to help to lock in that moisture, okay? And then if you like to use some type of curl put-in or anything like that, you can. If you don't, you do not have to. But when you are shampooing, you cannot just say, okay, I shampoo, I condition, and I do nothing else. So you're gonna layer those products to help seal in that moisture. Also, after you shampoo, after every shampoo, every 2 weeks, you are going to get a good moisturizing deep conditioner. And you're gonna put that treatment on your hair and use a steamer. You can get one off of Amazon. Use that steamer to help seal in the moisture, to help moisturize that hair. And after you do it, come back and let me know how it goes. Does that help? I hope so. Okay, oil, leave-in conditioner, and what's the last? Cream moisturizer, LCO. Yes. So on my page, you have to go far back, but there is a method. It says LCO. So once you look at my YouTube, go through one of those videos, and it tells you what the LCO method is, the order, and everything that you need to do it. So that's what you're gonna do. Bless you. Okay, I will. So now we just going through and giving her a little bend. She said she wanted it straight, but I can't let her go out with it. Oh, thank you so much for subscribing. And if you are here newly, please like, subscribe, share. I always forget to say that one. Share. Don't keep me to yourself. Share with your friends, your family, the people you like, you don't like, everybody. And while I'm finishing up here, please ask any questions that you have in the comments. And I was telling the folks earlier that tomorrow I will be dropping a free resource for you all. It's the Natural Hair Guide to Oils. So whether or not you need conditioners or hot oil treatments or itchy scalp, whatever you need oils for, I have a guide based on your hair type, how to do different treatments with oils, and it'll be a very valuable resource for those who either do their own hair at home or do their own pre-shampoo treatments, or, you know. So after this video, I'm going to put it in my community on my page, so please subscribe so you can be aware of all of the information that I put out. And I'll comment on this video with the resource. Julia, have a good night. Bless you. We're almost wrapping up, so any other questions, now will probably be a good time to ask them. Because we're just going through and giving a little bend so it's not bone straight, and it'll be a little bit easier to wrap. And that's what she's gonna do at night. So when you have that fresh blowout, or not so fresh blowout, you can wrap it and use your scarf on it. Some people like satin pillowcases, and I think satin pillowcases are amazing. And they are amazing to keep the hair, for keeping the hair from breaking, right? Because sometimes those cotton pillowcases, especially if you're not putting anything on your hair, those cotton pillowcases are not the best for your hair, right? However, when you are trying to keep your silk press to last longer, you need more than a satin pillowcase, okay? You gotta wrap it, put some flexi rods in it. You're going to have to do something to the hair other than just lay down, pin curl it, other than just lay down on your satin pillowcase, okay? Because people still sweat on satin pillowcases, and to me, it is very essential that when you are wearing your hair in its natural state, or flat ironing it, you don't want to have to put heat on your hair every day. That can damage it, right? So if you don't want to put heat on your hair every day, then that means you have to do something, have some type of nighttime routine, right? And that could include pin curling it, wrapping it. Thank you so much, Jason. That's funny. So as far as having a Zoom meeting, I actually do have natural hair classes. So I'm glad you said that. So please go to my channel and subscribe, so you'll see some of the classes that I have forthcoming this year. I have classes that are in person as well as digital. So you can definitely look for those. We had one over there. Our last one was over the summer, and we had a really great turnout. So we're looking forward to dropping some more classes for the newbies and the people that just need a good refresher. I think sometimes when you look on YouTube or you look wherever, you just feel like there's a generic solution, a one-size-fits-all solution to hair, and it's not. Everybody with 4C hair, the same solutions won't work. But if you have some tools to really figure out what is your hair type, and that's more than just A, B, C, D, E, F, G. that, you know, maybe your hair is maybe your hair is porous, maybe your hair is more dense, maybe the texture is fine, right? So my classes really let you know how to identify those things. And once you identify those things, then you can make the best solutions for your hair. So, now let's just comb this out. She wanted a little bit edge control or hold spray. That's what I felt too. So I really like, you can sometimes use, some people like to use holding spray, edge control. Sometimes not so much. But I really do like to use holding spray on the edges. This is Influence Firm Holding Spray. I really love it because it doesn't build up or anything like that. You're just gonna spray the holding spray on the edges. So you're just gonna spray the holding spray on the edges and hold it back in place. It's just gonna help get those flyaways, but not as strong as a holding or edge control. And then we'll just use our wild tooth comb and comb through. This was supposed to be homecoming hair, but that's all right. But she still has so much body in her hair, and she could pin curl the front and wrap the rest, or just wrap it all, right? So, you like? And it'll probably be another year before she blows it out again, but that is all right. Thank you so much. She's a beautiful young lady. Oh, thank you so much. She is a beautiful young lady, and she's been with me since she was 4 years old. So thank you so much for everyone tuning in. Please like, subscribe, share the post. I appreciate all of your questions. It was a pleasure. Thank you for letting us get through this last client of the evening, and y'all take care.